can't see them on the screen.
Do you want it a little bit bigger though? On the left side, yeah. Just make it a little bigger. Is that better for you? Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Yep, we don't lose any of the picture. So look at that picture. Wow. That's something, when you look at that, that's kind of scary, isn't it? Kirby, I'm going to have to walk back and forth, so you're going to have to keep your feet on your
It looks fun to hold on to the tree.
So this is the hurricane. So we're in the chapter that says the hurricane. Remember that your eyes are up here, and you're reading along with me. The next morning, Chris woke up to the sound of shutters banging outside the cabin. The wind was screaming through the palms. Rain was splashing through the windows. "Chris," called Dad, "come help me close the shutters. It looks like a hurricane is coming." He sounded worried. "I can't even call your mother, and we can't get over to the mainland even if we had a boat. The water's too rough. It's just us against the hurricane." So do you see the word shutters on that page?
Yes.
So in your own mind, think, what is the definition for shutters? Sweetheart, we aren't even to the event yet, so you're going to need to erase those. Well, here, this will just be easier. Take this. Well, I'd rather you do this and try to erase them all, okay? All right, so what does shutters mean? Write that on your paper. Define what shutters means, and how do you know? I'm going to scoop this up so you can reread that if you need to. Write it.
Write it down.
You're writing it on the very bottom where we talked about it.
Does it have to be a sentence?
It needs to be enough of a phrase that I understand what you mean. So shutters is defined here, and then how you know is on that bottom line. So I'm going to give you about 1 minute to do that. Does anybody want me to reread this?
No.
Okay.
I wish they could have a switch that turned off the lights right by the smart board. It would really help on so many occasions where you get glare, yeah.
Cooper, are you getting that answer in there? Okay, I'm going to sit between you guys. If you don't move, I promise not to fall on you too much. That's what you get your reading. Remember to fill in how do you know.
Yeah.
That's not necessary.
In this case, it's not, that part isn't scored, so it's about maybe needing some support if you're thinking, so how do you know that your answer? No, there's something.
Oh, because.
Boys and girls, when I ask you how do you know, because I know that feels right to you, but that's not the answer I'm looking for. There's something in here that helps you understand what a shutter is. Don't tell me just yet, because we're gonna talk about some of these at the very end. You go. That's great. Can you say it again a little louder?
You can go back into the text.
Exactly.
Thank
That's
you,
where you're
Kim.
gonna find that. How do you know? Not because, Kirby. Not because. Finish filling that out. Because what? What does it say in the text that helps you to know? Did you get your? How do you know? Okay. All right. About 10 more seconds, guys, and then we're gonna move on. Everybody ready? Okay, I'm going to start the next page. If you're finishing up a word or two, that's okay. So if you're finishing up a word or two, that's okay. All right, you ready? Guys? All right. Read along with me, please. "Daddy, I'm scared," said Maria, starting to cry. "Don't worry," said Chris, and he put his arm around her. "We'll all be okay. We won't let you get hurt." Huge gusts of wind shook the cabin. "Dad, I read that the bathroom is the safest room in a hurricane," said Chris. That's right, Dad, said Dad. Help me carry the mattress in there, Chris. Let's stop for a minute. When I read that, I was so surprised. Why is the bathroom the safest room? Oh my goodness. Think to yourself for just a minute, why would the bathroom be safest?
I thought the basement would.
Well, if suppose you didn't have a basement, because they're on an island, it's hard to put a basement in an island. Why do you think that the bathroom would be safest?
Because it doesn't have windows.
Could be because it doesn't have windows. What else?
Because it's mostly made out of tile.
Sometimes.
Mhm.
There's a little bit more in there. What's in there? What else is in there that helps it be safe?
That usually it's not right next to the front door. It's like in the middle of the building.
Yes, usually. What else, Cooper?
It has no windows because people want privacy.
Sometimes there's windows in there.
It's
But
actually like sealed. Like, the bathroom is sealed.
what about all of those? What about all that plumbing in there? What is plumbing? What do you think?
Like the plumbing, it's like, so the reason why they hid in there is because, well, for one reason, if the hurricane hit there's nothing the hurricane can hit in the bathroom because the plumbing is all the way at the bottom of the basement. And
But they don't have a basement.
yeah, I'm just saying.
So if you have a shower and you've got pipes and things going up, that helps to reinforce the walls.
Yeah.
So what would that do for your safety in a bathroom? Would it make you safer? What's that? What do you think?
If the hurricane blew the rest of the house down, it would be harder to blow the bathroom down.
I think that's very good thinking right there. Let's go on and see what happens.
Also, it's so that they can go to the restroom in there.
Well, I suppose if that was an important part. All right.
That is important.
That's right, said Dad. Help me carry the mattresses in there, Chris. Let's make a cave out of the mattresses, Chris said to Maria, trying to cheer her up. I know. We'll pretend this is Neverland. I'll be Peter Pan and you can be Wendy. They huddled together under the mattresses. Chris told Maria everything he could remember about the story of Peter Pan, but she was still very scared.
Okay, I have a question. Why are they sitting under the mattresses and not on top of a mattress? Jillian?
Ooh, good
Because
question.
for some reason that they did have a window in the bathroom. That
Jack, let her finish,
Go ahead
please.
and finish.
like if it were to break,
Mm-hmm.
then if the glass were to go flying, it wouldn't hit them, it would hit the mattresses.
So that really is added protection for them. All right. So, here's the next picture. The storm doesn't look any better, does it?
It looks
Chris was very scared. Even Dad looked worried. Then a blast of wind lifted the roof right off the cabin. All right, I'm going to stop right here for a minute. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Listen carefully to my directions. Everybody look up here so you're listening to my directions. Listen to my directions. You've got 2 boxes to fill in from events that you know have happened in the story already, right? Then that third box, you're going to predict what will come right after this. You ready? You've got 2 minutes to do this. If you want to discuss it for a few seconds with a friend, you can, but then I want you to get working on this.
So we have like 2 things.
2 things that you know have happened in the story that were big events.
Can we draw like pictures of them?
I tell you what, let's back up for just a minute. You want 2 events, because it seems to be a little confusing. 2 events that you know have happened. So take a minute and talk with a neighbor that's at your elbow, an elbow neighbor, and ask them what events they're going to put down. Guys, take a minute and ask them. Do that right now.
I think it
Did you 2 talk about it first? And when did you talk about it? All right, as soon as you've discussed it and you have 2 events, you can go ahead and write those in the box,
So my 2 things.
in the 2 boxes.
They went to the bathroom and they bring the mattresses and they
put it on top of each other. And then the roof blew up.
They're gonna run.
So Cooper, have you got 2 events you can work with?
Yeah.
This is just
No,
gonna be
then
a
we're
little
gonna do that.
Okay, we're gonna put it right here for now. If we can put this up here, and then you can put these 2 events. Did you get a talk with her about 2 different events? Okay, can you put the first one there, the second one there?
Yeah. Yeah, you could.
How are you doing with the events?
Yeah.
You got them, Landon?
My prediction.
All right, now you want to make sure that these events are important events, not just they were on the island. Because we already know they're on the island. We want it to be important events about them being on the island and what's happening to them. Right? In the third box, predict what you think is going to happen after this. Kirby, I want some words on there too so I know what that picture means. If you're putting pictures in, that's fine. I want some words so I know what the picture means.
Can you do all words or a picture and words?
Yes. You can do all words or you can do a picture and words.
Okay, Landon, why don't you see if you can add a little bit of detail to each of your 2 big events? Well, the prediction and then maybe the other 2 events, yeah. Or add some
Tell
specific
me
things.
how this happened and why that was important. So tell me how it happened and why it was important. So you need a second event right here, Caitlin. How you doing, Cooper?
Wait, we go to the predict.
You can go ahead and do the predict one. But you can't do anything further because we haven't gone any farther in the story. So make sure you get your predictive, guys.
I don't know. But I'm trying to think.
What were the 2 big events? Didn't you 2 talk about it?
Yeah.
So what were the 2, you tell me, what were the 2 big events that happened?
They but when lifted up the.
Was that the first event?
Oh no.
What was the first, that's the good second
Oh, the
event.
hurricane came.
The hurricane was coming. What else is a problem with the hurricane coming?
I think it's called the hurricane
Right, but what
at
happened with the
somewhere.
families?
You could just put the hurricane at the top. The
No, what
hurricane.
happened with the
That's the
families'
title.
communication? What did they use, what did they have to communicate?
Yeah.
Daughter broke the phone and tossed it in the water.
It's the hurricane at something something. I don't remember.
Had to scare the daughter's mom, that pissed his dad.
Is this a good word?
So is that an event that you can put in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very good one.
Wait, why are you listening?
Yeah, so don't.
Welcome to Fairmont Elementary.
Okay, we want important events. Okay, about 30 more seconds, so you have to get this done. Kirby, I want words and picture, please. So I know what your picture means. All right, all of you that are doing wonderful pictures, I want words too. So even if it's just labels, I want words so I know what your pictures mean. Okay, about 15 more seconds and then. What do you think? Would that be important for them to be able to survive the hurricane?
Yeah.
We'll check it. All right. Even if you're finishing up your pictures or your words, I want you to listen too. Are you ready? Everybody ready?
Yeah.
See what happened.
Everybody?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes.
So I thought we only had 2 students left in here. All right. So then a blast of wind lifted the roof right off the cabin. We've got to get out of here, Dad cried. The rest of the cabin is going to blow away. Now let's think. Where would be the safest place to go? I can take you to a hidden inlet, replied Chris. He had to shout because the wind and rain were so loud. We'll be safe if we climb up into a cave. Wow. So here's where that inlet part comes. Let's look at this next page. Can you see that picture at all?
No.
Guys, I need your voices off and your eyes up here, please. Can you see this picture at all?
No.
Let me see if I can get it into the light a little better. Well, okay, this is the boy, and this is the girl. Oh, what happened there?
I don't know, but it sure looks good.
Miraculously better. Now, can you see the picture well?
Yes.
All right, So they're moving, they're trying to get someplace safe